Have you ever thought about environmental issues? As a man of old fashion, I talk about reminiscence and, well, in Japanese, Showa era, there are many issues of pollution. I was a child then, but I can clearly remember the atmosphere of that age to this day. I remember that at the corner of a job placement office in my college, there were many flat files containing mainly the documents from companies that were hiring, arranged by staff according to the company's names. If I remember correctly, there were pale blue flat files. Today, most of the students might use the internet to look for jobs, so I don't know if these files exist anymore. But when I was a college student, the internet has not appeared yet, and these files were neatly kept on the shelves and contained information about job employment. It was popular to get jobs at energy companies, so many of the pale blue covers of these files were damaged. I remember picking up a thin and undamaged file, and the company's name was Chisso, which means nitrogen in English. Probably nobody picked up or referred to this file. The company that I later got a job in also had a section called Pollution Department. It was that kind of time in history. From that time, people struggled with this problem, and by doing things such as lawsuits, pollution has seemed to almost disappear, at least in Japan. I fully understand the meaning of the word pollution, which is a word that was created based on the experience of our daily life, and it's about what we can see. Indeed, pollution has seemed to have vanished from our sight, but actually it is still a problem, especially in foreign countries. Activities of our daily lives have continued to cause serious harm to the environment for a long time, and now more serious problems, namely environmental issues, have appeared. The Japanese Ministry of Environment was established in 2021, just 21 years ago. Recently, Mr. Shinjiro Koizumi, the son of former Prime Minister Junichiro Koizumi, had worked as the Minister of Environment until 2020. So many of you probably remember this. We may simply regard these issues as global issues, and unfortunately, environmental issues had made only small and low steps until the recent. People tend to ignore environmental issues, but in 2019, Swedish environmental activist Greta Thunberg, who was only 15 years old then, activated students to go on strikes to protest. She said, older people try to deceive us young people and force the dismal global situation and that upon us. She made passionate claims based on this logic and called for students to boycott going to school. Greta's voice spread throughout the world, just like Jindai, and she was praised. Although we like to consider Sweden as a cold country, Sweden has frequently had heat waves and forest fires, similar to the recent fires in California. I can remember very well when in September 2019, President Putin said, "I don't favor her thoughts," and added, "No one has tried to teach her the complexity of this world." It was shocking to me then, as I was working in an office at the time. I believed the complete contrary to be right. My previous diary. I think it wrong. Probably the opposite is right. We should learn the truth from her claim that this world is actually quite simple. In those days, I thought no one is trying to run from her claim, which means that the world is actually simple. She taught us that the world was simple by means of action. Although it looks like a little, we can take action for the environment within the confines of our lives. We can put aside our daily lives for a while, even if our actions look like nonsense or like a pebble thrown into the infinite ocean. The important thing is to believe that action for the environment are meaningful. I believe this to be true even now. As a new employee in a company, Mr. Tachibana happens to hear about the decrease of African elephants. He realized that these serious problems derived from the arrogant human activity, lacking consideration for this globe, and he was worried. And now, what did he think of? How did he try to take actions? And what did Professor Jindai decide to do after he got Mr. Tachibana's hat? This short animation movie is about 10 minutes long. See you again later. My favorite things is everyone fails. People who don't fail are boring. 入りたまえ。Tachibana入ります。おはよう。先日の君のメールを読ませてもらった。恐れ入ります。君もよく承知していることと思うが、私は環境問題の専門家ではない。はい。私の専門は分子工学でね。先生のおっしゃることは分かります。ですが、私が先生に分かっていただきたいのは、経済への影響、そして昨今の社会問題への人々の関心、そして軍事侵攻と、このままでは人々は動物どころではない。私はたとえどんな小さなことでもいい、人々に社会に対して発信し、多くの人々の問題意識を再び。Tachibana君。はい。君の言わんとするところは私も理解しているつもりだ。はい。だがな、Tachibana君、人々の関心、そして利害、これらは常に社会経済の情勢に応じて変化する。一定ではない。そこが君がこれから大人になった時、その時、先生、これは何かね。これはつまらないものですが、買い物の際ポイントがですね、カード会社の各社ほぼほぼ。君、困るな。君、このようなことをされては、これは困るな。君、困る。これは受け取るわけにいかん。君の気持ちだけ受け取ることにしよう。子供の頃、両親に連れられて動物園に行った。お猿さんよ、ほら。高橋、お前に似てるぞ、ほら。あなたやめて。私の子供の頃はね、キツネ、タヌキ、鹿、イノシシ、クマと、ライオンには驚いたものだよ。何しろアフリカから連れてきたっていうんだからね。先生、今動物園にはハシビロコウとかプレーリードッグとかカピバラとかいろいろいます。今動物園にはなんだかいろいろ可愛いのがいるみたいだね。はい、これも時代だろう。君は象が問題だと言うんだね。象が。はい。心に留めておこう。よろしくお願いします。失礼します。
霧島です。おー、霧島くん久しぶりだ。景気はどうかね。いやー相変わらずで先日先生からアドバイスいただいた合成皮膜のポリマーの件なんですがね、例のやってみたんですよ。どうなった？いや
The man who appears at the end is an office worker named Mr. Kirishima. He is a competent section manager at ISOLAB, but he has no role yet. I say he is meaningless. Oh, never be particular model, never. Afterward, he will be activated, but I will leave it up to your own imagination. See you in the next movie. Thank you. This has been Kaz.